Well, Red Caster kidnapped Yellow Caster to take him to that World Peace Conference, and I think Black Caster's also there.
I'm here, but my heart's not in it.
Why?
You know how passionate I've been about how upset I am about Ryusoulger? It was good this week. What the fuck am I going to talk about?
What universe are we in?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Well, there's this thing...
Well, Tom, there's this thing called Voicelugger. Here, take a look at that quickly.
Nani! I have a lot to say.
Cue the roll call! We are live!
Connect. Loading. Broadcast.
Tempered Zeal! Blue Caster, Super Ichi!
Loud and impulsive, Pinkcaster, Lane!
One little spark of courage! Dreamcaster! Global Self Perka!
The trickster of infinite topics, Savage Caster, Ibarra Fox.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Welcome to episode 261 of Radio Sentai Castranger. Who's gonna get the Pokemon?
It's obviously fucking episode Sirfetch'd.
Oh.
Because Sirfetch'd is the fucking hottest Pokemon right now. Everyone loves him. There's not a single fucking person who doesn't hate,
doesn't hate?
loves and love this
There's
Pokemon.
not a single ducking person.
And I'm so glad I'm getting the Sword Shield 2-packs, so we'll be able to
I'm
get
getting
them.
Sword, so I'm already good.
I'm
So-
getting shield, so I don't know what my...
People are theorizing that the Shield exclusive Gen 1 evolution might be Lapras, because its shell could turn into a big shield, plus Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, that
Oh
would be
my
cool.
god, yeah, you'll definitely be able to get a Lapras. That'd be cool.
Like, with a longer neck and a
Yeah.
more...
Ooh, yeah. Fucking
Is it episode-
Galar Region Lapras?
Is it episode Poochyena?
Yeah, it's episode.
Ooh, I
Poochyena.
love Poochianas.
I
Cool.
used to pretend my dog was...
And then when I tried to teach it Bite Attack, things didn't go well.
I have a Poochiana. Poochiana's the smaller one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dog.
I have a Poochiana. Well, I guess it's now a Mightyena, but it's named Poofio. And I'll tell you why, okay? I was literally in the audience when, what's his name? Zuko.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
The voice actor who played Zuko. I forget his name.
Dante Bosco.
Dante Bosco.
That's it.
So I'm in the audience at KimiCon. This is actually a year... No, it might have not been KimiCon. It might have been a different con. But it was a couple years ago. Anyway, so I'm in the audience, and he goes, do we have any questions? And I'm playing Pokemon at the time. I'm playing, and I'm playing...
Emerald?
Emerald.
Sapphire?
Yeah, Alpha Sapphire. And so I raised my hand, like, do you have a question? And I said, hey, Dante, I just caught a Poochina. What should I name it? He goes, Poofio.
That's so amazing!
So I...
Poofio!
yeah.
Poofio!
So for like a week...
Oh!
For a week on Twitter, I kept him up to date on it, and then we both forgot about it. Because he was actually responding, like, looks good, man. And, like, it was...
Alright, so for those who might be listening for the first time, we are Radio Sentai Castranger. We're a gaggle of Toronto-based tokusatsu enthusiasts who get together every week to talk about each episode of Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and a third topic of varying degrees of quality. And unfortunately, today is on the lower end of the spectrum.
Oh, boy.
So this week we're
Set
watching...
your expectations to mild.
Instead of
boy.
extra
That.
spicy.
So this week we're talking about Kamen Rider 01, Episode 3, Ryusoulger, Episode 26, and the first 3 episodes of Voicelugger, which is a tokusatsu from back in the 90s, I think.
1999.
There you go. That still counts. And it was a weird one.
Man, 12 episodes is a lot to ask for.
Was it 12 episodes?
Yeah.
Wow, we only watched 3.
Wait, you guys only watched 3?
Yeah?
I watched all 12!
Did you really?
Yes!
Oh, you poor boy.
I thought we were
Poor
supposed to... I said, are we doing 3 or 12? And then nobody answered. I'm like, well, I guess we're doing 12.
Did you actually watch all 12?
Yeah!
Oh my
Fuck.
god, I'm
Wow,
so
Tom.
sorry!
Yeah,
only the
you want to know how
first
much
3.
better it gets? Not.
So
But the Gold Ranger, though.
Well, I mean, I wasn't able to watch any of it, so I guess you watched all of it?
I envy you.
I'm sorry.
I envy
That's amazing. So we have Lane and I who watched the 3 episodes, Emily who watched none of it, and Tom who watched all of it. So we got a nice rounded.
Well, literally-
Gar's usually the one who like watches an entire thing before we talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, if you want me to go into detail what happens in the other 9 episodes,
Just tell us how it ends.
just give
later.
me 3 minutes. Like nothing fucking happens.
The girls are just
You
like,
will- You will shut your mouth, Blaze. The white Blastabita Morgok is fucking art.
Like, that's what I got so far.
that's looking cool, man.
Alright, so let's get into 01.
And thus the fandom whimpered, "Step on me, Valkyrie."
What did it say?
Step on me, Valkyrie.
Oh.
So, okay, I just want
I'm
to
waiting for
lies.
Tom's reaction.
He tells no lies.
I want to bring up something first. So now, usually on the show, or even in my daily like social life, when I'm like talking to Ichi about something, you know, like he and I have opposing opinions on something, and sometimes like I go like, no. There's a reason why like that's a thing. So something happened with Isamu that Ichi made a mention of, and literally my reaction was this, because like
Well, let me say what it is first.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so when we first found out how Vulcan and Valkyrie henshin differently, how Vulcan opens the key and then puts it in, and Valkyrie just puts it in and then opens the key inside the gun. Yeah. I thought it was really fucking stupid how, like, why would you put it in the gun and then open it? What's the point of that fucking slot?
So this is where we figured it out, where it's like, oh my god. So when Valkyrie and Naruto, they both use their progress using their belts, they authorize it first,
and then they
open it. Isamu doesn't do that. It's not that Yua didn't give him authorization to fucking use the key. He's just been doing it wrong.
The stupid motherfucker has been prying the key
forcing it open
when it probably would just work if he just put it into the Sass-rise the same way Valkyrie did.
She didn't authorize it. Probably would have been like denied.
Sure, but show us that if that's the case.
No, so I literally think Yua's just fucking with him and just going, no, you're.
I want so bad for him to just pry it open so hard one day that he just fucking snaps it in half. Bye-bye base form!
I have to get this important.
Fu is Keiichiro, but actually done well. I'm disagreeing for now. That might change, but no, Keiichiro is still better cop boy.
We're only 3 episodes in. That is not a call we can make yet.
Yeah, no. Keiichiro became best character by episode 15.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, Fua's a fucking moron.
Vulcan, as much as I love you, bro, God, you're an idiot. It's so simple.
But the thing is, now that we've come to that conclusion, the fact that you put the key in to authorize it and then open it with that gap in the shot riser actually makes sense, because that's how it's fucking designed.
Yeah. So before you can use the keys, power, you have to authorize it.
Yeah.
So, also, this is for next week's episode, but this made Ichi fucking die, and even I was just like, come on. So next week we're getting the debut of Punching Kong, and there's just a stock photo of him holding the shot riser with these giant gorilla fists.
How am hold gun with big monkey paws?
It's like Kamen Rider Wreck-It Ralph.
So, I saw this. I saw this, and again, my response was this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're getting some mileage out of that meme.
This is one of my favorite pictures.
And yes, we know that he has his actual hands under the gorilla gloves, but this just looks so fucking funny.
But I know Punching Kong, as every gorilla-based fucking rider form is, it's gonna kick ass.
No, it's gonna punch ass.
But I don't think it'll still be like Sagozo tier.
Oh god, no. No heavy animal form has ever approached Sagozo's awesomeness.
Yeah.
That monkey's got a gun!
My,
What you got there? A gun? No!
So, I was playing my D&D thing, and we have this human guy that has this armor, And I described it as he puts 3 coins together in a belt, and he turns into this hulking form. And then one person was like, "Is it fucking Sugozu?" And I'm like, "That would be the name of that suit of armor."
Sagozo.
Oh, I love Sugozu. I love O's.
Yep.
The Ryukos.
Alright, so this episode is about the Humagear Ikan Nigiro, who is a robotic sushi chef.
It was so cool, and Nigiro is a pun on nigiri sushi.
I got it.
Yeah.
And Aruto is apparently just going door to door, doing sales pitches and also sniffing for the Metsubojin
And
Raiteris.
making puns.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I feel like we need to have a new tradition, and I thank Zio for this. I thank Gar for this.
Do I want to know?
So since Gar made up the name Soup for Tsukiyomi, I think for the vice president, we just need to make up
for June?
For June. We just need to call him something else.
I don't know what yet. We'll see if we come up with something.
We'll figure out something. Maybe we'll ask Gar later. But no, and so we get to an interesting scene where the vice president, he's talking to his aide and his assistant.
Can we call him Michael Scott Chan?
Well, maybe.
He wants to. You really want
He's not as handsome as Steve Carell, though.
By the way, can we talk about how beautiful Shesta is? Can we talk about how she's ravishing and beautiful and elegant?
Until she goes, she's
That's
trying to be one of them.
You know what it
Killed
reminded me of in the Muppet movie with Maniacal Laugh.
Villainlaugh.exe.
Maniacal Laugh.
Now activating Villain Laugh.
But no, so the vice president's aide or whatever just goes up to him and he says are we sure we should let him do that? And he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. If he succeeds with this contract, it'll fucking bring our numbers up and our reputation will fucking go through the roof. If he fucks up, he'll have to resign. So either way, it's a win-win for me.
Evil finger tenting. Rides hands together villainously.
So I kind of like this guy as a comic relief character because he's just especially
I'll get you fired yet.
Because this is either way he's whatever Aruto does, it'll either benefit our company or it'll make him resign and then I'll take over.
It almost seems like they're positing him as a fucking Hanna-Barbera villain.
You know what? You know what I think it's going to be about halfway through the series, he's gonna save him or something, and then they're gonna become pals.
Fucking probably.
Remember how the teacher in
Forza
was a foil for a lot of it, and then
it's funny. Someone in our chat just mentioned the Forza teacher. Yeah, shoot that.
And once stuff hit the fan, he became an ally.
Yeah.
So I think that it's gonna come down to a point where they kind of see eye to eye.
AI to AI?
Yeah, well, the thing is the fact of how kind of over the top of an asshole he is. That's really the only place they can really go.
Oh,
yeah.
Also I called it. We got the opening this episode.
Yeah, the opening at last.
It was so cool.
You know what? It's grown on me. I think half of the intro is amazing. Half the intro doesn't match the song.
I am shocked that we got Kamen Rider's Horby and Jin in it already. But I'm not complaining.
Sort of flashed by for a second though.
Yeah.
You can, if you pause it at the right moment, you can get a quick shot.
Someone put the opening to Excite, and it actually synced up pretty fucking
honestly, the song sounds me. Reminds me. What does that even mean? The song sounds.
The song sounds me of another song.
Yes, that's what I was meant. The song reminds me a lot of Excite, especially with the use of a random English word, random English passages at the end of something.
Well, that's just all Japanese.
My problem is it's awesome until the big robot fight ends, and then it gets really emotional, but the thing is that's when the song kind of picks up and becomes more upbeat, and I'm like, I love the song, but what's on the screen does not coordinate with what we're hearing. Halfway through, they're well, this is the part of the imagery where we want to get metaphysical and emotional. But it's the song you pick doesn't go with that.
Maybe they'll change it as more forms happen.
Yeah.
Also, now that we've had the opening, we have to do that thing we do every year with Ryder. We have to guess the shot in the opening that's going to be in either the last episode or the second last episode, and it absolutely has to be that shot of Aruto in the rubble where Izu picks him up.
And I'm thinking the end fight is that to Army of Humagears.
Yeah. Also, that really weird, creepy shot of Izu with super long hair. So something's gonna happen with her.
Proto Izu.
Her hidden fucking memories are gonna unlock or some shit.
So I'm watching this with my friend, and we just can't this is gonna seem really random. We can't. Uzu's his human gear, right?
Izu,
She has like cute hands. Like she has pudgy little fingers.
Oh,
and,
she's
like,
adorable, especially this episode.
But the thing is, like, just the way she moves her hands, we're just transfixed every time she like picks up something.
Yeah.
Also, there was this great moment. And I didn't catch it the first watch. I catch it when I watched it again with my friend Tasha. Would love to be on the show if you're still involved.
Yeah, of course.
She's caught up now.
Cool.
But it's when they're watching the video of the guy of the chef do that crazy move, the crazy sushi move. She's bouncing, trying to see.
Yeah, that was adorable.
Like,
oh yeah, I noticed that. That was a great shot.
But she's like, and the thing is, and she's just hopping. And the thing is, if you watch when
I wish to see
when he goes to do it live, she immediately shuffles over to the side to get optional viewing because she knows that if she waits, she won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Also, I like that Yua shows up at the sushi place and she tries some sushi and she kind of pulls a Tsukasa from Pat Ranger, where she kind of just goes like, "Oh my god, so good!"
No, that's the anime. That's the anime.
Oh, delicious!
That's the anime girl trying something. Sugoi!
Wow!
But I mean, have you ever had like a really, really good piece of sushi?
I don't like sushi.
I was
so
having pho last night, and that was me in the first. I was like fucking Naruto eating that soup. I was like
pho.
Like pho, it's spelled.
It's spelled pho, but I think it's pronounced pho.
It is pho.
Yeah,
but I went there last night with a friend.
Mulan.
I went there last night with a friend. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
So I went there last night with a
not
friend, and they put it down. The thing is, I've eaten there 50 times, but literally the first spoonful, I'm like,
Oh, that's something interesting. Someone noticed that if you look at the designs of the human gears that are just in the 0-1 pit, one of them is just straight up the Delu Knight suit from Akiba Ranger, just repainted.
Oh.
Maybe they just did that and see if anyone would notice.
I honestly like to think that they put fucking.
They thought we wouldn't notice, but we
That's
did.
the face of the week.
Quick, put Lane's face over.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? That's the thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep a record of. I'm gonna keep a record of weird, funny faces in 0-1. Just have a fucking gallery of album
The
of them.
face log.
Yeah. So I need to go back to episode 2 and just take a shot of Isama when he's just like.
Just that shot of him when he's telling the Shine joke where he's all zoomed up in his face.
No, I'm gonna get him.
And
Actually, yeah, you know what?
The best face I think I've seen Naruto do is when he got fired in episode 1. You just get that really awkward
goes ooh.
What? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they added the
cat
mouth
face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dump a random picture.
I'm just gonna keep that one. I like that.
All right, Lane. So here's the line art for your
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Kind of like a
see?
suit on.
the
That's cool.
line for the visor was an act guide line, but it looked so cool that I kept it.
May I see
Oh,
it?
can my number be 13?
What?
That's actually 13's my favorite number.
We
You actually got pretty fucking close. I saw a 1 and a 3 in there. I was like, holy shit.
we can. You know what? We can change it. That's your police number, but your number
squad
for your
number?
superhero could be 13.
Okay.
His name is 13.
It could even be called 13.
Also,
Oh, there you go. L13.
I did a bit of wikiing, and the human gear mooks that get hacked, they're apparently
Nice,
called
there
the.
it is. Thousands dead in Area 51. Captain Two-Hands
Single-handedly invaded the base.
Oh my
I
god!
love it so
Who
much.
did that?
Blaze.
It was
Oh
Blaze.
yeah. Well, nobody
I'll
else.
send that to Gar.
Nobody else got it. So Blaze, I guess you get to pick again.
So yeah, as I was saying, the hacked mook robots are apparently called the Trilobite Magia, which makes sense because of the grid on the
Trilobite!
faces. So that was interesting. Trilo rise.
All right, so here's how we're going to do it. Okay, Blaze, you want to leave it up to a vote? Everybody, yes, pick 5 that you'd want it to be, and then Blaze, you're in charge of this. Finding which rider I'm going to make a rider girl of. Anything, you know what? I'm going to leave it any rider that I could Google. So
one more thing about the opening that I'm going to put down as a prediction is that one shot near the end where you see all of the different groups converge and then they transform into their rider forms and Izu teleports out at the same time.
Yeah.
If nothing else, that's confirmation she's going to be a rider, because then they'll change it to her transforming also.
Who transforming?
Izu.
You think Izu's going to be a rider?
Absolutely.
I'd be down with that.
I was wondering why people
A
kept
Green
posting.
Rider?
I was wondering why people kept posting pictures of shark things, and I'm like, oh yeah.
Someone actually did some really nice fan art that I retweeted of Izu as Kamen Rider 02. Hacking. Yeah.
I believe I've already drawn...
Zero.
I believe...
Zero.
I believe
Zero,
I've
zero,
already,
zero, zero.
I believe I've already drawn 02B.
Yeah. But, yeah, so they came up with art of her as Kamen Rider 02 hacking Mantis, which is fucking awesome. Oh, good, Street Sharks.
Oh my god.
They're jawsome.
Now I'm just picturing Izu, like, she's at a fight with Naruto. Naruto's like, Izu, what's that thing that I always say that we do? Kick names, take ass.
Oh, she's Mantis?
Yeah, she's Mantis from fucking Guardian.
She kind of does have that attitude about her, because she's always, like, talking daintily and...
You know what, actually, now that I think about her, like, bouncing up and down, like, the scene where she's, bouncing in the background, just Peter's looking over, like, what the fuck's she doing?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would be cool.
Infinity War is such a good movie.
So we see that Horobi and Jin in their base are saying that Operation Magia is going well, and they talk about reconstructing the Ark, so I'm thinking that they are in that satellite and they're collecting data by way of these Magia in order to rebuild the satellite and launch it.
Wait, they're trying to rebuild the Ark?
So I noticed something.
Do they want Megatron? Because that's how they get Megatron.
No, they're not in the satellite, but if you actually... Not in the satellite, but if you look on the floor, there is like a giant fucking wire that like shoots out the building, and like it's connected to the satellite. So they're not in it. They just they're connected to it. That's what their Wi-Fi must be fucking stellar. But yeah, I like every time like Jin just goes like okay, it's like runs off.
Yeah.
And so yeah, like the first like guy who Humagiri gets like for Singularity is like he's
a hair cutter.
Yeah, he's a barber, and he's like oh, I like my haircut.
Yeah, so Jin corrupts the hair cutter, and he becomes the Neo-He Magia, which is apparently an extinct type of squid, obviously.
I like this one. You look really cool.
Yeah.
So what I was really happy about was that we got a proper, more zoomed out henshin of Vulcan. And so it was really cool because it did like a circular shot, like a rotating shot around him. Yeah. Yeah, you see him punch in, and then like you see all the armor pods like come out and they form over him. And I really like that. So that was really cool.
You know what I like about the I guess Creatures of the Week is that they're doing something and they're pulling off something that they tried to do in Ghost and it failed. And I remember in Ghost they wanted to have some of the Creatures of the Week be like the base form, bodies, but just have accessories on it.
Yeah.
But it looked like shit. Like they would put a fucking wig on it.
Yeah.
And
it would just be the normal Gamma, but with a jacket.
Whereas this one, sometimes you look at the designs, are like, holy shit! Most of this suit is just a regular Humagear suit. Yeah. With like a different head and accessories.
Yeah.
And it works.
And the Zetsuma Riser belts look fantastic on them.
But yeah, the main plot of this episode is pretty much just like again, like we said before, Aruto's trying to like set up a contract with a Humagear at the sushi restaurant, but the sushi owner's like being very like,
he's a robot!
I don't trust a robot taking over my sushi
it's a really
restaurant.
Huge deal, and very full of tradition and nuance and skill. So his idea of a robot not being able to understand the nuance of doing it makes sense.
Yeah, because he brings like sincerity to his sushi making.
And I thought to myself, like, man, are they going to make that much money from this guy?
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, Jun and his cronies make such a big deal about landing this contract. I'm like, is this like mom and pop sushi shop owner loaded?
It's not money, it's prestige. This guy's like a fucking Gordon Ramsay level like chef, right? He's probably famous.
Also,
I guess
if they see one person owning a Humagear, then everyone else will start wanting to get a Humagear.
You know what?
It'll be a cycle.
And the thing is, it could be as simple as they're trying to get into the food service market, and they need something. It's like it's a press move.
If the idea was that this guy is a super A-list popular sushi chef, you know what really would have really driven that home?
But
if there was anyone else in the restaurant.
All of the scenes take place before or after closing.
I guess.
Like the one, it's literally there's a close sign on the door.
All right.
And the other one, he says, "I'm getting ready to open."
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So Vulcan and 01 fight the Neo-He Magia the first time, and they get their asses kicked.
I love
and
that
then
thing.
He
it's like,
inks out.
Yeah, don't get out of here! Shoots, and then apparently shoots the tentacles off. He's like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah.
No, but I liked it. Aruto, the reason why he decided to run was because he made a joke, and then he was like, oh, fuck!
Yeah, you know how I said that Zero One's eventually going to reveal his identity by making a joke? We came pretty fucking
He
close.
almost made a joke. He made a joke, and then he was like, oh, fuck, I gotta run out of the guy here.
He makes Ika puns, because Ika is the Japanese word for
He even
squid.
does a Degesso pun.
Yeah.
That's gonna be his fucking downfall, because he can't help but make a
I
joke.
can't stop punning!
Yep.
Funny joke!
Oh my god, the Yoda thing.
Hey, Vulcan, I have another joke for you. What is it, 01?
What is it, Aaron? What is it, Arto?
Funny joke! Rider joke!
Wow. Yeah, so Izu analyzes this battle data from their
What?
first encounter.
I have a joke for you.
What is
What is Kamen Rider Build's favorite instrument? A banjo!
Rider joke!
Rider joke!
Waka waka.
That was the best joke.
There's the Aruto face of the week. Yeah, you know, actually, I'm only gonna find Aruto faces of the week.
Hashtag Aruto.
Mission accomplished.
So I'm gonna keep Aruto faces.
Yeah.
They're so good.
So Izu analyzes the battle data with their first encounter with the Neo Himagia, and here's where we discover how 01 is going to get new forms. Izu just 3D prints more progress keys.
Well, they made. Okay, so the big thing was that Valkyrie was like using like spyware.
Yeah, she hacked the fucking sushi bot.
Yeah.
In front of him.
And then they ask her, like, oh, what did you do? And then she just doesn't answer their question.
Well, it looked like she was downloading her preferences into that person.
That's what I thought. And I
mean, I think that's what she was doing, but in the background also uploading a virus. But they say it's like and she mentions that he has the progress keys from before whatever happened.
So this is data that all exists, and she's just printing it off.
So I guess claimed that it was lost. So she's like basically like doling it out slowly, so nobody, I guess, gets suspicious.
So she's just got a fucking database of all the progress keys and will print as necessary.
Also, she had a line I really, really fucking liked in the sushi bar. She said something about like technology is what's gonna like make humanity better or something. Like she just said like technology is like great.
Yeah,
like we need it. And I was like, yeah, no, I love technology. Like me personally, I'm glad in school I grew up in the age of computers. So am I. Because like when I talked to my stepmom about I'm like, oh, how'd you do your reports and like essays and stuff when you were in like high school? And she's like, oh, I either wrote them or used typewriters, and I just went, I hate writing. Not I mean like writing stories, but I hate like physically writing because my penmanship is terrible.
Same.
Oh, yeah.
Especially cursive. I almost failed English in school because I couldn't do cursive writing.
Why is the capital Q at 2?
Wow, it is.
Oh, fucking R's. I hated writing R's.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell it, but that's what we're looking at so far.
Yo, that's looking great.
I looked over and for half a sec I was like, Speed Racer?
Well,
it's the color scheme.
Yeah. Well, the pants are going to be black.
Okay. But yeah, so Aruto for some reason brings Nigiro into the 01 pit while they're like deciding what to do about the Magia.
He's probably pretty confused.
I like the fact that they got fucking lucky. The fact that all the stuff that they said when they were in that pit, none of them were about 01. It was the only thing that they said is about the progress keys.
Yeah.
So they know that they have them, which makes sense. When they're one of those things like, yeah, it makes sense that they'd have them. But the thing is, he could have said, oh man, I need this power up for 01. Or when I'm 01. Yeah. Like, he could have...
Something incriminating.
Yeah, they got lucky.
So then the way...
Kamen Rider 02.
The next way he decides to kind of pitch the human gear to... the sushi chef is
Izu, Google all of his private information so I can just catch him off guard with his entire backstory.
No, but also he's learned your best technique for making sushi. He's like, oh really, huh?
From a YouTube video.
We'll fucking see.
And the attendant technique is making sushi hover somehow, and then
yeah, it's so funny that they hold their hands out and tighten them, and then he just makes an face, and the sushi just goes flying up for some fucking reason.
I know, but it's funny. It is a kind of an anime gag done well, unlike Voicelugger.
Yeah, they choose to not show us the actual technique because it's probably something physically impossible.
What you don't see is better than anything they could have showed us.
Yeah, of course. Because then people would try to do it and went, "Oh, this sushi sucks."
Well, it would be bad CG.
Yeah. Just like fucking like moving their hands like Naruto characters using jutsus.
Yeah, what's the sushi they serve at Area 51? Waskar.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No, I'm choking on a Dorito.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry.
As long as you're not choking.
Man, that
sushi.
kills like 2 gamers a year.
Oh, that's bad karma for eating during the show. I know better. But yeah, so like he shows like he does the technique and like at first the chef's just like, yeah, what the fuck ever, and then he's like, oh, I understand. I have to put my heart into it.
No, it's funny. It actually ended up being the reverse because, like, at the early part of the episode, it was all like, oh, you're a robot, you don't have a heart, you can't fold sushi the good way. And then when Aruto Googles all his fucking backstory, he finds out that all of the boss's previous students left him because they were heartbroken. And then their conclusion from there is, I am a robot, I do not have a heart. So he ends up being accepted because he doesn't have a heart.
I think the whole point is like,
Because he can take a shit.
Yeah, it's like you can treat these guys any way you want. You can be an asshole and they'll keep showing up on time. Like, I think the whole point is that the chef is a prick. And he's very hard to work with.
Bitter old bastard.
I don't think he's a jerk. He's just... This is very...
Set in his ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's difficult.
Yeah.
And it's hard for people to see the good in his rigidness. However, the robots are like, well... We are literally designed to take shit.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, Blazy Coon.
Yeah. But yeah, like, this episode also posits a difference in philosophy between Aruto and Yua Yaiba. So she goes on all the time about how human gears are, yes, support humanity, but they're tools, and they should be used as such, whereas Aruto basically thinks of them as Pokemon. They're our precious partners, and we can grow to understand each other.
Got a rider kick them all.
So then they're being attacked by the Magia, and
the Magia.
So then Yuya steps up, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna fucking do my shit." So she like spins the progress key in her hand, and that was really cool.
And like when we were talking about the henshin earlier, you were making comments on how her henshin seemed a lot like there were no wasted moves. What do you call fucking spinning the key in your hand?
Well, like, you know, she was being a little... But okay. I was just saying more like her henshin was calm, confident, she was just getting right to business. That's why as soon as, like...
Because she was excited to rub it in Fua's face.
Yeah, no, we'll get to that. But I liked this, as soon as she was, like, running, she just didn't hesitate to fucking get into the fight.
I actually don't like that.
Okay, let me say something here. What joke did I make last week about her?
That you wanted her to step on you?
Yes, what is the first thing she did?
Step on someone.
I literally was like, no way! How did I was joking!
Oh yeah. So she does the henshin by putting the key into the shot riser first. Oh, I also love how she just like slams on the belt. That was cool. And then when she fires the shot riser, unfortunately she didn't kick the bullet. She just had her hand out in the trajectory of the bullet, and then it bounced off her hand and started separating into the armor.
I'm picturing when she did that, and you know how like Vulcan was like, "What the fuck?" I'm picturing like Kingsley Shacklebolt from Harry Potter going, "You may not like her, but she's got style."
Shackleford. But yeah, so we get Kamen Rider Valkyrie rushing Cheetah. In her debut fight, she fights a bunch of mooks.
I'm worried she did way too well, which means
oh my god, her fucking dashing...
Dash! Rushing blast!
It's going to be like Kamen Rider Marika.
Was...
She's going to be awesome for the first few times, and then get nerfed.
But no, her Hisatsu was fucking awesome, because she just like shoots a bunch of shots like in like the center.
Oh my god, she was fucking booking it around them. Like, you could see her, like, leaning towards the ground like she's a fucking motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know the whole thing about it is that she was saying to Vulcan is, "You're not ready, you're not trained on it." And he does that. It's like, this is what being trained on it is, you know, like...
they exploded. I didn't notice they exploded into cheetahs.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, there seems to be a theme here about... I mean, first we had... the build shooting Falcon.
Oh, the laser hawks?
Yeah, the laser hawks.
Yeah, you love the hawk bullets.
Yeah, because I remember we were joking about that, and then
they do explode. They do explode into cheetahs. That's cool.
I actually did not notice that.
I didn't either.
I don't see it.
The wolf ones were obvious, but these ones.
If you like look up there, it's kind of like makes it like a cheetah.
All right.
Yeah, they look like cheetahs.
Yeah.
Totally look like cheetahs.
But
Cheetos!
it's interesting that like she goes like somewhere off separate from Aruto to fight these mooks because Aruto almost gives away his identity by henching as Izu's like carrying off the boss.
Mm-hmm. And then we get the debut of 01 Biting Shark, and honestly, it was really just kind of like underplayed.
Here's the thing. Having 01 debut a new form the same episode as Valkyrie's debut, I think, is really insulting.
Yeah. I mean,
Though, you know what? They both worked, and they did it separately, so it was kind of like, you're like... But the thing is, hers was such the focus that I think it was okay. Also, I was like, oh, I hate that form when I saw pictures of it, because remember the toys got leaked, right?
Yeah.
And the
It's a cheetah face.
it makes the face of a cheetah.
Yeah, and I hated it. But then I was like, I realized the toys have the eyes, the red eyes from the regular form still there. However, in the actual thing, the guys go black and they go to the side, so you don't notice that it's the sides of the face are there.
I actually really, really like that when 01 changes forms, all his rising hopper plates like reconfigure.
Yeah.
I think that's a really,
I
cool
like
idea.
that he summoned like a fucking shark. That was cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so he becomes Biting Shark, and I actually really love the chime for it.
Yeah.
It's like, kitty, kitty, bye! Kitty, kitty, bye! Biting Shark! Fangs that can chomp through concrete.
That's such a weirdly specific.
You guys were in sync right there.
Yeah.
You guys were like, bye.
That was good.
I'm not a big fan of this form.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I think they didn't get enough screen time because he just goes right into the Hisatsu, which was awesome, by the way. Biting Impact. He just, grows energy fangs and just, bites the fucker.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, everyone's just making Street Shark jokes.
Yeah.
We got it. Street Sharks was a thing. I had one as a kid. It was awesome.
And yes, it was weird that the robot shark was diving into ankle-deep water.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I mean, must I remind you of the character from One Piece, Mr. Pink, Senior Pink, who has the ability to fucking swim through anything?
Oh, God.
I actually ran an RPG once where everyone had a really weird, drawback to their character. And this one guy, he goes, I've had a 10-year fight going on with a shark. So the joke was, for example, one point he goes too close to a drinking fountain and a shark grabs him and tries to wrestle him under the water. He had problems with drinking fountains.
Wow.
So then you just defeats the mooks, and then just Vulcan just looks over and it's like, wait, what the fuck?
There was a second one?
Yeah,
you didn't tell me!
But no, I love she just
I could have been wielding two guns!
She dehenshings and she just goes, that's how you fucking engage
Oh
an
my
enemy.
god,
and
she
I
gives
was
him the
just
fucking sass, and I love it.
Wow. And then just...
That's how it's done, bitch!
Yeah, walks away and just, Isama's just like, wait, there was a second one?
Yeah.
If you actually came to fucking briefings, I would have told you about it.
So I liked your guys' idea where it's they had one and they shared it until they built a second one.
I think that would have been interesting, but we already, before the series even started, we saw clips of them fighting together, so it couldn't have been a thing. I think it would have been interesting if they did that at first, and then you was like, you know what, this isn't working, I'm gonna make a second one.
No, you're getting too impatient wanting to freaking transform.
Yeah. So at the end of the episode, Yua goes back to a mysterious figure whose face we don't see and talks about how she bugged the robot.
Is it Thouser?
They're even playing with a chessboard. That is not very subtle.
He might be Thouser.
Hashtag more actual chess stuff than Ryusoulger.
So this is, I guess, the boss of Ains. There's a lot of the fandom that are saying that he's going to be Kamen Rider Thouser, and I can't really figure out why. I don't see it. Because we know that Thouser is going to be from a rival company, Zaya.
Maybe he owns Zaya.
Does he work for both?
No, and he's playing on a chessboard. Well, he's talking to Yuya.
It's more like nails on a chessboard.
Maybe he's a double agent. Double agent.
Double agent?
I did not. That was
You know what that makes me think of?
That was unintentional.
People who misheard Secret Agent Man and
Secret Agent.
Oh god, don't make that the title.
Isn't that a Bobby Lee sketch?
I don't know.
Isn't that a fucking Bobby Lee sketch?
I just know people misheard that song.
It seems like something he would do.
Yeah.
There's an Austin Powers.
Secret Asian Man?
Well, the song Secret Agent Man.
Yeah, I know.
No, the Secret Asian Man.
Also, Izu did the Aruto Janaito catchphrase, and I melted. She's
Yeah.
fucking adorable!
No, I know. And then
I like
was
her.
like, no,
Don't get me wrong.
no, that's my favorite.
I not that I don't like her. I just like Shasta more.
Sure.
She's my style.
She's your game of Shasta?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Kiriko continues to be best rider girl.
Hey, I never said that she wasn't.
Every time I see a sexy picture of Kiriko's actress, I send it to Tom.
Oh yeah.
Not me.
I didn't know you liked her that
I love
much.
Kiriko. She's freaking amazing.
Well, look at her actress then. She does lots of gravure.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
She has a nice butt.
She has a nice everything.
Yeah.
So next week, guess what's back from last show? Tsukasa's bus. It's the same bus from Zio in the next episode.
I mean, there's probably it's probably a brand of bus. So
Does
it's
the studio just have one bus in their yard?
They have several quarries and one bus.
I gotta look at this picture.
Ooh.
Oh, those are ponds.
Why
did I say?
Where did we find this?
And got too embarrassed, and then I sort of in the middle of it turned into a British person.
Ponce de Leon?
Yeah.
You know what I call that picture that they sent? I call that data entry.
Head pats, please.
Oh.
And also happening next week is 01 Flying Falcon and Vulcan Punching Kong. We're fucking flying through forms. What's happening?
I thought you were gonna say we're flying through Florida. I don't
We're
know.
flying through forms.
Well, Victoria was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in Florida right now.
Aww.
Cool. So yeah,
It
01.
is the same bus.
01, still excellent. Keep it up.
Pretty awesome.
Would you take us in, senor?
Oh, get on.
Guys, I think Ryusoulger remembered what character development smells like.
Guys all showed up.
Again, and left
Yay,
again.
for 30 seconds.
Again.
Even under his record.
Hey, we are so starved for plot that was an eternity.
So it turns out,
You're not wrong.
Turns out, apparently, when Ko was a kid, he was a little fucking asshole.
He almost killed somebody.
He was hit by a beam, and you know what that beam was? The interesting beam. Because boy did Ko finally get interesting. And I was like,
I mean retroactively.
And I was like, no, I mean like even like angry Ko.
No, I know, yeah.
I was like, fuck, you gotta keep him fucking angry, man. Like he had the best moment he's had in the show was when he violently showed up.
Oh my god, just him in the mirror armor just like firing.
Build hazarding the fuck out of them?
Basically.
That was what that was! It was fucking build hazard.
But with actual fire.
Yeah, I love just the side shot of him just going mirror armor. The fucking
right.
Oh,
so good.
That was cool. This episode was
Kovacic! That's a Kishiryu joke.
Wow.
Yeah, so the episode starts with Kanalo hitting on another woman. Cue the fucking song. And then our new member of the Ryusoul tribe, Nada, just interrupts.
Cock blocks him into next week.
So
that was
hard.
Amazing. And Kanalo's like,
never was a cock block more deserved.
And then no, because I'm watching this episode and I just see Kanalo, I'm just like, oh, is he gonna fucking hit on a woman? Oh, look, he's hitting on a woman. What a surprise!
Oh, look, someone beat him to
the
it.
cliché's old now. Stop it.
Right.
Hashtag Canolo 2.
I'd rather have more Oto fucking hitting on people.
I gotta make fun. I just have no
Electric
respect for
Boogle
this.
Ryu.
Yeah.
Electric Boogle Ryu.
So yeah, we meet Nada, who is another member of the Ryusoul tribe.
Who was like Chow Yun Fat's stunt double. Like
And she was super nice to Master Red. And
you know what? Well,
get to become
I believe. Are we calling it that he's Geysorg?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what it seemed to
Because he wasn't there when Geysorg showed up.
Yeah.
No, it's the Elder.
Where's Apokaru? You just missed him.
That's.
Am I the only one that fucking loves Nada? He is so interesting. He's got plot relevance.
Big
like
suit of purple armor.
How'd that get there?
Like in a guy who couldn't be a Ryusoulger.
Coincidence?
I think not.
I was almost hoping that he'd be like jealous and spiteful of Ko. Like,
Ah!
you're a failure at Ryusoul Red? Let me get them powers, bro. I'll take over.
Oh yeah, the Japanese trailer for Sir Fetch was way better because it had that ending shot of just his face.
Also the shot of him like doing a Hisatsu attack and you see like Japanese doors in a red background. It was so fucking cool.
Also, am I the only one that noticed the trailer for this week's episode framed it like Nada was going to be like, you don't deserve it. And then he gets there and he's like super supportive.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Like, goes in a fucking bit of a
He just shows
slump.
up. He just shows up.
And Nada's like, why the fuck do you think Master Red chose you, motherfucker?
I'm not angry!
I like Nada, and I'm glad that he's gonna. And I'm thinking he's he's a shake-up character.
Yeah.
And he's what he's what Canalo should have done. Just shake up the status quo. But okay, so here's what Canalo should have done. Canalo should have shown up, shaken things up, and united them as a group. Stop that whole like Bomb and his brother off doing the thing, the main three doing their thing. But no, he didn't. Canalo was too busy, getting his Zord wet,
or failing to.
Yeah.
Whoa.
His sword is underwater and he still doesn't
All this water and you're still so thirsty.
That explains his entire character.
Yep.
Yeah, water everywhere. Not enough to, you get where it was going.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not a drop to drink.
Yeah.
I know.
But not a drop to
Suck.
dink.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Holy shit, this... Okay, so just take a second. I'm drawing Lane's potential character for HeroCast, and holy shit, is it looking good.
It is looking good.
Look at
It's
this.
looking amazing.
Oh,
looks good.
Robot policeman.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figure his base form is, like, there's about 1,000 of these guys, right? But he's an exceptional one.
Mm-hmm.
And he's more sentient. And I figure maybe his final form would be more, like, tactical SWAT.
There you go.
But, like, Nada's deal is he apparently heard that the Druidons were attacking, so he showed up to help. 26 episodes later. So,
Yeah.
is there something wrong?
This is that
something
plot.
suspicious here?
I'm hoping, my hope, is that they're like, okay, we're kicking it into gear. We need at least 5 episodes of solid plot and development before they can do another fucking, evil music video. This show is on the precipice of being a shitty show. They need to turn the shit around, and this episode was great.
This is the halfway
loved
point.
it.
Do you know what I
It's
feel?
on the uptick.
You know what, to answer your question, Ichi? Like you're saying, he shows up 26 episodes later when he heard, like, the Druidons stuck it. Maybe he just went to every single temple and then found out that each temple was, like, no one was there. And he's like, oh, fuck, I need to find them.
If that's the case, tell us that.
I should have gone on Bomba's Facebook.
Facepalm.
Yeah.
Face bomba.
Yeah. Yeah, so the monster of the week is basically Snail Relinquished because it's got eyes all over itself. And
I liked the design a lot, actually.
Now, I'm tired of Wiseru being in the show, but he did do this awesome fucking technique that was really cool. He, like, fucking showered them with fucking,
oh my god,
blades!
he basically cast the blue magic 1,000 needles on their fucking ass. Why haven't you been doing that all show?
Yeah, it's good to know Wiseru actually has, like, combat experience. He's just... No, and even Ko fucking shows up and then he turns into, like, Shine Raptor armor or whatever, and he's just like, how fucking dare you show yourself over me? Like, fuck you!
I love that he basically becomes a fucking paladin because it's complete with, like, healing magic that he uses to heal everyone.
Yeah.
I also love that after, like, the thing earlier, Crayon's like, look at this wackadoodle.
Whack.
Like, if you know that you done fucked up when Crayon is throwing shade.
Also, I liked when, like, Wiseru and all of them go to attack and then you just see Crayon just be like, yeah, go!
I'm right behind you!
Cool! I'm just
Yeah, he's like
you little
jogging and
I'll
pussy.
watch the wall!
not like I'm invincible or anything.
Right? He's the only one there that is invincible.
Cannot be vinced.
Could not be unvinced.
Cannot be convinced.
Unvincible?
I was thinking how to use convinced.
I kind of went a little Power Ranger-y with this dude's face that I'm painting.
And I gotta say, the kid that they got for, like, younger Ko, holy shit does he actually look like
Yeah.
him. That was impressive.
Yeah, the one-
Mel looked like him. Asuna, not so much.
All
but
you need is a shitty Artawig.
I was about to say, melt doesn't require much effort.
No.
we better find out why he has blue hair, damn it. I was asking the right questions and then he got attacked.
He's really into Hatsune Miku.
He's the blue guy.
It would be great.
Is
then,
there
though.
this much fan art for Izu?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude, people are running bananas over this chick.
Man.
She is really cute. Like, I'm not saying I hate Izu, it's just, she's cool, but I'm not, like, excited for her as everyone else is.
I just gotta say, when Ko gets, like, anger beamed by the fucking relinquished Minosaur, the fucking smiley-ass sun that flies out of him
Oh, the
killed me.
emoji?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a fucking emoji.
I wasn't paying super attention when that happened, and I look at it for a split second, I'm like, does the sun have a smiley on it? So I had to fucking pull it back and watch that again.
I thought it was just like the happiness leaving him.
I also love when Ryusoulger was angry and shooting fire everywhere. He fucking whips fire at Kanalo, and Kanalo just like straight up does the Link to the Past death animation where he just spins around. Woo! That fucking got me. So we go back to the base, or whatever you want to call it, and we find out that Bamba apparently knows Nada.
He knows a lot of shit that he doesn't.
Bamba knows everyone. Apparently,
Bamba knows best.
He's like me on Facebook.
They say that he used to live in his and Toa's village, but wasn't he studying under Master Red? Does this guy just like go to every Ryusoul tribe and try and apply to be a Ryusoulger at each one, and when he fails, he goes to the next one?
My question is, when they said they found Asuna, does that mean that Ryusoul tribe people aren't just born, they can also be found?
They just spawn in the wild?
Does that mean that Asuna is not immortal, or that she is
and
immortal?
You know what bugs me? They didn't mention whether young Asuna has her super strength already or not.
I don't think she does.
So now we don't know if it's something she grew beforehand or if it's something she grew between that flashback.
I feel like because like Bamba didn't have to like do trials or anything to become Ryusoul Black. He was just so fucking awesome. He just already was Ryusoul Black, and it's like, all right, all you who want to be Ryusoul Green, you're all going to be testing and fighting to test yourselves who's going to be worthy of being my Nissan.
He was born with a little sword.
Whoever gets to be Ryusoul Green will be my little bro. Toa's just sitting there, just being like,
"Oh boy!"
Like he's not his actual little brother.
He cut himself out of his mother with a tiny sword that he had in the womb.
Whoa.
That actually got...
You know what?
He stabbed himself and was stabbed out of the womb.
That's canon now, Emily.
No, it isn't. That's not how that works.
Someone make Baby Bamba.
Stabbing Bamba.
There was no... He's like Benjamin Button. He was already a badass. He's getting younger.
Oh, I love that movie. It's so sad.
Yeah.
But no, like, I don't have too much to say for this episode, mostly because, it's like, while I was watching it, Cell was talking my ear off about Star Wars, so...
I gotta say, the combo they come up with Mabushi Soul and Migake Soul to, like, spray light on every side of this monster, it was actually really smart.
That was pretty clever.
Just, oh god, now they're the Warriors of Light.
Also, no sword fight.
Oh, and, oh my god, so Geizor shows up, and when he shows up, everyone is about to do another Team Hisatsu, and then Geizor interrupts it, and I'm like, no! You fucker!
We waited so long!
Yeah, you guys said you wanted me back, well then I'm coming back.
Yeah, Geizor comes at the wrong time.
Like, they're all...
like, Geizor, we're happy you're back, man, but, like, come on!
Oh, that irritated me so much. They were all like doing their fucking dino slashes together, and it could have been so awesome.
Yeah, and Kunal's just like, who the fuck's Geizor? And Bob's just like, ancient armor.
Ancient. Hey, you want a puppy?
Well, that's funny. Cell was watching the episode with me, and he sees Geizor show up, and he's like, okay, that guy's fucking badass looking. I'm like, you know what the better thing about him is, Cell? He's like, what? He's like, I'm like, he's just like a wandering set of armor who just possesses the strongest person he can find. And he's like, okay, that's even more badass. I was like, yeah.
Okay, I thought you were going to say a wandering pizza for a second.
Wandering piece of shit! No.
Which is just making me think of him as a pizza delivery guy.
Pizzenaria?
Guy slice.
30 episodes or I'm free.
You open the door and he's just standing there silently with a pizza in his hand.
Pizza Soul!
I didn't order any pizza. Oh no! I did!
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a pizza soul.
Right? There have been stupider ones.
Wait
There's one that farts.
Chicken soul at Christmas.
There's a smelling.
Oh, check this out, everybody.
That's me.
It's the first draft of Lane's character.
L13.
That's exactly the kind of character.
Officer L13.
That would be my favorite character, whatever the thing he's from is.
Yeah.
That is the thumbnail. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Who did that?
Perfect.
That is the thumbnail. Baby Bamba.
Even got the little song.
Blaze. I know I said the thing. I think Kaguya gets. Do you want to give it to Kaguya for that altar?
That is so good.
Because that is beautiful.
Oh my baby Bamba is so cute.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've had titles, but I've never had anything as great as that. That's the thumbnail of it.
Baby Bamba Bamba baby.
Baby Bamba Bamba baby Bamba
Bamba. Remember that commercial?
I'm stabbing again.
Baby bumba 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 bumba.
No,
God
don't
damn
make
it.
Baby Shark references here.
Fighting shark.
Fighting Shark.
I'm shocked no one made that joke until now.
Wow.
No, because once you start humming Baby Shark to yourself, you can't get it out of your fucking head
Yeah,
for like the
you're
next
right.
like 2 days. The manager hates my
So yeah,
fucking
after Geizorg shows up and fucks off in a total of 30 seconds, we go back to the base, and here's where we find out what really happened with Ko getting his anger under control. The early part of the episode posits it as when Asuna showed up, Ko learned kindness so he could protect her. But apparently what actually happened is that Ko watched Melt trying to train Asuna and learned kindness from Melt. Did Melt do a thing?
Holy shit!
What's happening?
That's 1 for 20. I'm gonna have some of your Doritos, Lane.
Cool. For the Castro Doritos.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. But of course, the one thing Melt did had to happen when they were children and not actually during the run
It
of the
happened
show.
off camera.
Melt sucks! I'm sorry! Worst blue ever!
Yeah.
He fucking is.
Yep.
Fucking, like, again, Toma, as bland as he was, his blandness was what made him awesome.
Yeah.
You'll never see another man dancing in a fucking unitard just with such a blank expression on his face. It's incredible. And they fucking...
Wait, who's the blandest man?
Toma.
Yeah.
Lupin Blue? Oh my god.
Did I
His
tell you-
blandness is what made him great.
He's like that in real life. Like, his Instagram is all curries that he's like to try.
That's why. Like, I saw how serious Toma was, and then he made that face in episode 2, and it just funniest shit ever. I'm like, this man can emote, but when he does, it's silly.
So, back at the base, the Ui's father comes in and shows them the map, and Nada pulls out his own map, and they discover that there's another Kishiryu temple.
On the map.
And this is what I wanted to happen from the beginning of the show. I wanted them to like look for all the Kishiryu temples so they could unlock all
When
the
they were
swords.
looking, okay, so I'm watching with my friend Tasha, and they're putting the thing, and Tasha turns to me and goes, "What about that woman?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah,
Dude, the crime. Yeah. What
about the fucking Minosaur?"
Oh my god. Well, they killed the Minosaur.
No, they didn't.
Oh my god, yeah, it got away.
Yeah.
And there was no Zord fight.
Yeah.
Sword fight.
We don't have time for this when we're actually
No
doing story
swords,
character
yeah, we
development.
have swords.
Well, I don't mind. It's okay.
Yeah.
They're just gonna use Bakiguru next episode to beat it. That's the build-up.
Yeah, so I love that they even spoil the name of the Kishiryu by saying it in the preview, that it's Kishiryu Pakiguru.
Bakiguru, voiced by Raptor.
The way you said it made it sound like he was a character in Diddy Kong Racing. Pakiguru.
Whoa! Banjo.
Banjo. And Conquer. That
My
was
name's
on-
Crunch. Ugh. It's crusty.
Yeah.
Crusty fucking voiced Crunch.
So yeah, next week we get to see Pakiguru, Dashin Red, that's him with the armor, and for some god-awful reason, Gachileus is back.
So they're literally just recycling the same 3 generals. That's so bad.
Oh.
Aren't there supposed to be like fucking 12 of these fuckers? Show the other fucking 9.
There's supposed to be one for every chess piece, I guess.
What's crayon supposed to be?
A pawn.
Pawn. Or no, the Doruns are the pawns.
Yeah.
I guess Crayon is not one of them. I don't know.
He's the player.
My favorite chess piece, mold.
A moldy mushroom.
Yes.
He's a bishop.
I think
They're in a wheelchair.
I think the idea is that Tank Joe is the rook, Waizuru is the bishop, and I think Gachileus is the knight.
So we need...
Or maybe Tank Joe is the knight, because he has that, like...
Oh my
head-
god.
Tank Joe's the rock.
Maybe Crayon's the king. He's pretty useless in combat, but, he's the key to everything.
That actually makes sense,
Oh,
though.
if you're right...
Well, he doesn't have one of those, like, checkboard belts like everyone
Well,
else.
Gar keeps saying that he's going to be an endgame boss, so...
I could see
Yeah,
that
I
happening.
really hope he is the.
He's just going to turn into this giant fucking...
What the
horrific monster.
fuck?
It's driving a wheelchair.
Driving a wheelchair.
You.
Wow. Type wheelchair.
I want that as a shift car.
Wow.
Shift chair.
Shift chair.
Type accessible.
Yeah, time accessible.
Yeah. Alright. Now let's get into our feature topic.
Must we?
Yes, we must.
Voice red.
So unfortunately, Gar isn't here to give us the full backstory on this.
Oh, I looked it up.
Okay.
It is,
So what is the
I can't
backstory?
remember his name, but it's the creator of all that jazz.
Shotaro Ishinomori.
Yeah.
His last show, which apparently didn't air when they made it, because of reasons, being that it wasn't very good. But of course, he died, and then they were like,
And they released
well
it
shit,
post-mortem.
look at this. And apparently there is a big debate whether it was, apparently people thought that it was supposed to be satire. But then people were like, no, it's supposed to be serious. And you know what it is? It fails at either, meaning that it's too bad to be serious, and it's not funny enough to be satire.
It's a live action anime. That's what it felt like.
But here's the funny thing:
Also
like,
good
imagine
with
that they made a series about baseball, but nobody in the show could play baseball. Like they were shitty at it. So that's what this is. It's about voice acting, but all the voice actors are terrible.
Well, I mean, some of the people in this cast are the well-known Ichiro Mizuki and Tomokazu Seki, so we at least have some good voice actors. Their talents may not be on full display, but these are people we know can do it.
Yeah, but
They're acting bad.
it says they're not directed well.
Yeah, that was,
Also, the
that's
lip
it.
sync, I apparently had this idea that all the live-action characters, for no reason, are going to be dubbed over by voice actors. And even to accentuate this, they've left the mouths of the suits open.
Oh my god, I fucking hate that
I know.
design
Oh, I
choice.
hate that too.
But now,
reminds
here's
me
the
a little
thing.
bit of those chin mouth things.
None of the vocal, none of the voice acting matches the flaps. Like Japan is supposed to be the best at this in the world, and the thing is, like around the same time, this is when Power Rangers was airing, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and they fucking nailed that shit. A dude in California with a shoestring budget is matching Rita Repulsa's flaps in the editing, and the fucking people in Japan, some of which being masters of the genre, can't do it. So they either fucked it up, like they couldn't get it right, or it's some kind of weird stylistic choice that's not funny. Also, the two main girls.
And what's really weird is I can't tell which it is.
And you know what the worst thing that they are doing is both of the girls who are the main characters, like they are the focal characters.
Which, by the way, is interesting and weirdly progressive for the 90s.
Yeah, I like it.
Red is a female.
In the words of somebody from The Matrix, not like this.
Yeah.
Not like this.
Switch from the
Pink and Red, both, I don't know if it's the same voice actress, it's hard to tell, but they sound exactly the same because they're both doing that whiny main anime girl voice.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So unless I can see one of the, unless one of them's alone, I can't tell which one it is because the lip flaps don't match. It could be either of them.
Yeah.
Like the suits look like shit because they don't fit. Like obviously they made one suit and they kind of just tailored it to everybody,
Well, let's talk about the suit design.
or lack thereof.
Here's the thing. For the most part, I actually like the suits, and it might be just me, but the suit design kind of reminds me of someone from Gundam Wing, and I can't remember. I think it's like Trez or Zex, one of those two. Their suits smack of that type of design.
Sex Marquise.
Yeah, and I actually really like the tunic skirt design that they have on the females.
Oh, I liked it. I just wish it fit.
Yeah, and the white legs on the females are really good. I actually really like when suits are different in certain ways, and that was an interesting departure from most Sentai suits. Like, it's the same style as like Goseijur because they have white pants. But where these suits are clearly lacking is the god-awful helmets.
Oh, well,
They
the
stuck out
star,
way too
the
much.
star one is the only one that's passable.
You know what?
Because
I agree exactly.
Because the face shape under where the mouth makes sense, and it makes the diamond is okay. However,
Well, just before we go to the other ones, I like the gold one because when you look at it from the side, it's got that like weird angular point to it that looks exactly like Ryusoulger Gold's helmet, and I really like that kind of aesthetic.
I have to say that the weird black vest thing that they have reminds me a little bit of in Happiness Charge Precure, where every cure had a blue vest over their outfit regardless of what their color was for some reason, but it kind of looked good there. I don't know about here. It doesn't look bad.
That's it when their helmets off.
yeah, that looks
Why
like.
does it look like?
Remember when
Frieza
Pennywise
without
had the
any
thing in
eyes?
front of his face and like he revealed himself? That's a fucking balloon. She walked into it and it got stuck.
That looks like Frieza with no eyes.
It looks like so many things. It looks like she has a giant pimple on her face.
Oh god!
She looks like she's trying to be a female Mysterio, or as Cell said, Miss Stereo.
No.
Northcaster's here watching with us.
Don't even compare that to Mysterio.
But like
Mysterio's
all
awesome.
of the helmets, except for Gold, when you look at them, they're just like in your face, and it's just so protruding and disgusting.
The square one's dumb, but I like it because of how dumb it looks. So.
I think the blue helmet is the weirdest and ugliest to look at from the side. Because, like, you don't know where any of the lines are going.
It's like a stretched out triangle, so...
It was like we were watching some weird bootleg parody of Power Rangers Zeo and Jack. Oh my god.
But just like the details to how this show got made are kind of hard to find, and it just what it seems like to me, and what it that like it looks like it looks like there's like something like pornographic going on and it's censored.
Yeah, it looks like they've covered it, like they put a green screen.
You know what it seems like to me?
It does look like a censor bar.
It seems like to me like I can't remember his name, the man who invented Kamen Rider, the guy who passed away. It just seemed like around that point of his career, like people were like, we love what you've created, but like you're out of it. Like Stan Lee in his later years, everyone loved him, but they're like, you haven't had a good idea in 20 years.
He makes this show, and they're like, well, looks like he's past his prime.
Remember when Stan Lee made Stripperella, and people were like, yeah, this isn't that great, but it's Stan Lee, so we're kind of happy about it. It just seems like he wanted to get a show, and they're just like, we're not letting you do another Kamen Rider, we're not letting you do another Super Sentai. It's like, well, I'll make my own with shapes.
With in fact, Blackjack.
Yeah, with Blackjack and voice actors.
Okay, Tom, I have a question for you. So you watched all 12 episodes of this, right?
Yeah.
Do all 4 of them end up living in that karaoke room?
Oh my god.
Yeah, they live in a karaoke room.
You know what? I can't tell. Because they're in there a lot.
Well, no, because obviously the green and blue dudes have actual houses to go home to.
They're successful.
Yeah, apparently what happens is like the pink and yellow, or pink and red...
I'm going to say maybe.
Okay.
Because they're in there, but I mean, like, it's not very clear exactly what's going on.
Like,
because it all goes downhill around episode 6.
Oh, really? It goes further downhill?
A lot of the cameos, because you notice in the first few episodes, like, half of those cameos they brag didn't happen. Half of them are just voice cameos. Like, they'll voice a mook or something. Or they'll show up for a few seconds and leave. Like, I had problems keeping track of them, and I got to the point where I'm like, fuck it. Like, they're not even, the cameos are not even worth paying attention to. And they seem half-assed. Like, it's like the Nostalgia Critic flew them down for a weekend, and they have no idea what they're doing. And the thing is, the show doesn't get better. That silly kind of humor of them just doing shit is through the whole show. And the thing is, the show kind of ends, but it's like, I think they thought it would be picked up into a whole series. But by the end, it feels like we've run out of money. We're done. Like, it's just, you know how some animes, they blow their budget and then they get shitty by the end and they just kind of end?
Yep.
It's like that. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
TK.
And it's like...
Punching Gong.
Oh, we'll make those jokes next week.
Vulcan. Punching Gong is here.
But it's like, this show... I don't know how... Like, it's just, there's...
Like, do we even want to get into the story and all that?
They're like children who were destined to be voiceluggers, and they get like sent to another planet, and then like they get sent back onto Earth, and like they don't know that they're voiceluggers.
They get chosen by the fucking Infinity Stones.
So like Red keeps saying like, oh, like it's true, and like Pink's like,
So,
like
yeah,
that was a dream, and she's like, no, it's real.
The Red Ranger is like the hugest tokusatsu otaku because we see her like actually with a Kamen Rider Ichigo figure,
showing it to, like,
and that's how they killed Shocker.
Yeah, and they're like showing it to like a white kid, and then just this Japanese woman just comes up, scoops this kid up, and I'm like, fucking that woman's kidnapping a fucking kid.
We just witnessed a kidnapping and did nothing about it.
Give me back my son.
Exactly.
Damn it, Tom! One time you could have played it.
It's not funny when it makes sense.
Oh. I almost kind of want want to make that the thumbnail.
You know, it'd be funny if it were pixelated, like a
mosaic,
like
how fucking
the genitals
like Japanese porn
in a
is.
hentai. Yeah. Give me back my wife.
But yeah, so the idea is that...
You know what? After watching this show, I was like, give me back my 6 hours!
Give me back my
time!
You spent 6 hours watching that? You poor bastard.
They're fucking long as shit.
They're half hours each, 12 episodes.
And
skipping the intro, we're looking at 5.5, but like it's just...
Speaking of the show being porn, Emperor Gemba's head is absolutely the head of a penis.
What would the word?
Yeah,
fucking big Zam-ass motherfucker.
Maybe it's a mushroom.
It's not.
It's a phallic ass head.
I just gave Emily a really look.
It's not a mushroom.
No.
So yeah, the show posits that there's a big Zam cult who are trying to steal the Infinity Stones, called the Voice Stones, from these 4 children who are from the planet Sedua, and then the Gold Ranger stops them from being consumed by terrible CGI flames and kicks them off the planet onto Earth and tells them to grow the fuck up and be the Voicelugger.
Doesn't give them any information on how they go about doing it.
And then he fucks off for at least 4 episodes.
Yeah, he comes back.
I imagine he eventually does, but
He's
not every episode we
He's
watch.
played by Ryusoulger Geki.
Yeah,
But
he's played by fucking Ichiro Mizuki.
He's like, you know how Splinter in the later films doesn't really do...
That's great. You gotta fit that into the thumbnail somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Censorship.
Or that, you should get a picture of my face being really upset about this.
And then censor that with the green square.
I'm gonna take a selfie with the microphone. Okay, so obviously voice acting is a big deal for this. Like it is, but the thing is, like, it's just so over the top. Like it's almost like, pardon the pun, they're stroking the dick of the voice acting community. And I'm like thinking, and
talking about.
No, it just seems like they're blowing smoke.
Mushrooms.
They're blowing something.
No, it's like, you know what I tried to look up? I tried to look up, like, did they have a voice recording studio? They
have a budget?
Did they have? Well, it just seemed to me like, you know, it's like Toei had some kind of voice acting division. They were trying to get off because it was so up its own ass. Like, we're doing a CD drum today, and the thing is, like. You know how in the first 3 episodes that you watch, like, half the fucking episode is them doing voice acting shit?
Yeah, like...
Every single episode, the main plot is what they're recording, and you never see what they fit, the finished product, you never hear anything about it.
We don't have the budget to animate that.
Hey, Emily, that's for you.
They just...
What is it?
Mushrooms!
Yeah, they just blow time on this voice acting thing, and then the main plot is a B plot, and, like, the fights are shitty... The effects are shitty. They got like 3 suits. It's just like it's super low budget, and which would normally be fine. Like Akiba Ranger is the best thing I would equate this to.
Yeah,
because Akiba Ranger had a very shoestring budget. However, Akiba Ranger what they lacked in budget, they made up for in story.
Akiba Ranger made it actually endearing that they were otaku, whereas in this, the red girl's just like, I like tokusatsu, ain't I adorable because I'm such a nerd?
That never fucking comes up again.
And then after
every time she's in a fight or like is like trying to motivate herself, she's like, I'm a superhero of love and justice. I gotta get up and fight for my friends.
And after her first fight, like you just see her standing there alone in her costume by herself, going, "Yeah, I'm a superhero! Yeah!" It's just like
I fucking
no one can see you. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, she's just happy. Whatever.
Yeah.
We would, like you were saying while we were watching that. That would be our exact reaction if we actually henshin.
Happy.
Goggle, are you still here?
Google.
No. Oh yeah, he's here.
All right, I'm sending you something.
But yeah, so
it's a mushroom. The best.
The first, if you want to even call him a villain of this show that we encounter, is someone whose name I don't think we actually heard in these 3 episodes.
Did you also keep in mind that he's supposed to be an old beta soundboard?
But he's this really creepy Narutaki-looking dude who turns out to have
that's a different one. I'm talking about the suit thing, yeah.
Like the fucking dude who pulls off his hat and he's secretly a microphone.
Yeah.
That's a very weird twist.
Right? Because voice. And
I thought they're ripping off Castranger.
I don't know if they actually named him, because they didn't give him a different name over the 3 episodes we watched, but the Red Ranger just decides to call him Stall King, because he was stalking them. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
And, like, it was funny, in, like, episode 3, we're, like, watching, and there's just a scene where, like, Red and Pink are just, like, you know, they're talking in, like, this room or something like that, and then you just, like, Cell noticed this, but when he was watching with us, but, like, in the far back, there's a window.
Oh my god, when they're in the laundry room.
Window, and there's just a group of them, and then I think they realize, like, oh shit, we're not supposed to be here. And they close the window. Never see them again until later.
Yeah, that's great, because, like, they're in this laundry room, and there's a window in the back, and you can, once you know that they're there, if you go back, you see them just standing there behind the window. And while the two female rangers are talking to each other, you see the fucking Mook, like, slowly open the window, and I'm like, is he gonna, like, sneak attack them? But no, he just realizes, whoops, I missed, it's not my cue, and then closes the window. And we thought, like, oh, is this, like, them spying on them? But no, they walk out, and nothing comes of it, and it was just a complete fuck-up, and they're like, we don't have the budget for another take.
Yeah.
And, like, it's one of those things. Okay, so the thing that bothers me is not the low budget. It's that the fact... and the thing is, like, the low budget of the camera I can overlook. Because I watch a lot of tokusatsu and they're using shitty...
Cell couldn't believe when I told him that this was made in 1999. He's like, what?
So many shots... Yeah. So many chasing shots are just a dude with a camera, like, shaking it as he runs backwards.
Also, like, it's like, there's stuff where it's literally a pan from one thing to another, which should be easy, but it's shaking.
Yeah.
Or they'll not frame something and then move it up. And
you see the boom mic a few times.
Yeah, and a badly lit shot, shots that are badly composed. Like, the thing is, like, there is not a professional person composing these shots. There is not a professional lighting person lighting these shots.
There was even one shot at the mall where the Red is talking to her friend near the start of the first episode, and they do this really weird Dutch angle where they pointed up at them, and if you look in the corners of the fucking shot, you can see that they didn't open the lens the whole way.
Like, this would make sense if, like, the first 2 episodes were like this, as a pilot. And they're like, I want to make this show. But there's 12 goddamn episodes, and it doesn't get better. At all.
Sorry you watched it all.
And the thing is, like,
not supposed to watch it all.
I know, and well, the thing is, I got to a point, like, I had a rough week. Episodes, yeah. But I had a rough week, and I kind of, like, you know how some people get emo, they listen to emo music? I got emo by watching this whole fucking thing.
Oh.
And it's just, I liked nothing about it. At all. Like, I got to a point, like, I love Kamen Rider Black. And when it opened up and the guy's talking, the monster's like, Golgum! Oh, man. Like, I was just literally, that's the only time I was excited. Because right after that I realized, holy shit. Like the fucking, like, inside the enemy ship, which is, I guess, inside
Oh my god, it looked like a fucking Windows 95
Oh my god, I was gonna say the same thing! Like
it's the second time this week you guys have been in sync about something.
You know what it reminded me of? Okay, I used to remember the Sony store. I don't know if they still have the Sony store, but they used to have a Sony store, and I remember going in the '90s, and they had things like high tech cassette Walkmans and like large TVs, but the large TVs would show these like CG tech demos, and they looked like fucking Lawnmower Man. Like, they were like, it was like just like crazy like things flying through CG scapes, and they all were like
Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, Lawnmower. You know, Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, I do. It's just I didn't see the episode, so
yeah,
that gives me a very vivid image. But I don't.
But I mean, like, it's like they were trying. And the funny thing is, it's not CG, but they want you to think it is. It's literally them taking a, like, drawing, like a bad matte painting, and they just negative positive it and turned up the contrast and hoped that nobody would notice.
Oh my god, just the shot of the ship flowing through, like, what I can only describe as the fucking CGI Quantum Sea.
It's just terrible. And the thing is, like, the thing is that gets me is it just seems like there's an idea in there somewhere. Like, the purity of the idea, and probably Ishimoto was like, man, I really want to pay tribute to all these amazing voice actors and the voice acting community, which at the time was mostly, like, at that level of quality, was mostly a Japanese thing.
Yeah.
And I want to pay homage to Japan. I want to pay homage to classic Sentai, because this does nothing new. Like, this is literally, like, early Sentai, like, and it almost seems like a parody because it's so close to the way all of those early shows were. And it just, like, I think somebody's like, dude, we don't make shows like that anymore. And he's like, well, fuck it. I'll make it myself. And that comes back a thing early. But the thing is, he probably didn't have the money. He probably put up his own money. And this is just speculation because nobody really knows how this train wreck happened. But, like, they had next to no budget. And it almost seems like all of the people, all of the famous, actors that are in it, did it as a favor. Like, Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck did it.
Yeah, and, like, I don't know if we've actually said the names, but among this cast are fucking Ichiro Mizuki as Gold, who is a very well-established singer in the Tokusatsu franchise,
yeah,
and Tomokazu Seki, who's not only an amazing voice actor in anime, but he was also in a lot of Tokusatsu. He's the fucking voice of the Mobarates in Gokaiger.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it just seems like... And the funny thing is it being... This is a guy who created the Super Sentai genre. He did nothing new. Like... with the exception of the female Red, but I think that is not. I don't even know if that is intentional. Like, it just
it's different, but it's not good enough.
You know
to
what it feels
different.
like. You know what the show feels like, and this is going to sound really mean. It sounds like a knockoff.
Yeah,
it feels like a knockoff. It feels like in the 80s, not even the 90s. It feels like not in the 90s. Somebody ripped off Super Sentai, or in the 80s, somebody ripped off Super Sentai. And it didn't work. Like, it's just... The best way to put it is, okay, no offense to Metal Hero. I understand that it's good. Remember how great Power Rangers was, and then we watched VR Troopers, and it felt like a knockoff?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Oh my god.
And it feels like nothing in this show was trying to be new or exciting. So, and the thing is, this thing got shelved. Because obviously they made these, I guess, 12 episodes and then probably shopped them around.
Okay, so, Voicelugger Ruby, Akiko Nakagawa, so she's most...
Yeah, by the way, that's the thing, like, all of the characters have the same names as their actors.
So she's the voice of Bomper and Go Under.
Oh, God!
And for you, Emily...
What?
She is Cure Pine in Fresh Pretty Cure.
Oh, wow, she's Cure Pine.
Like, I'm not saying anything bad. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about the actors. Like, they're good actors.
They're just not being directed well.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't know if they're dubbing over their own voices.
Like, what's the point?
I just, like, it was a creative, and the thing is, it was a creative decision where it's like, where somebody's like, dude, I understand what you're doing, but why? Like, that we're literally making it harder for ourselves. We're making it more expensive for ourselves. And why are we doing this? Like I understand in the fight scenes it'd be okay, or maybe their voices get more dynamic. But the thing is, it just every scene, every character is dubbed over badly, and it feels like you're watching like a Korean dub of a Super Sentai show.
Emily should have been watching this show with us, because freaking, like, Voicelugger Pink, she's Momoka Nishizawa from Sergeant Frog, Podun from Futari Wa Pretty Cure.
First of all, I had no idea.
But here's the problem. That thing that Lane is talking about is not enough, because you don't feel any joy, because the character voices just sound so cut off. Other than the guy from Black, I couldn't figure out who half of them were until I looked it up, because it's just...
doesn't sound mean, but, like, it's not really the voice actors I care about, it's the characters. So
yeah.
It doesn't really...
Which is what this...
Who they portray.
What this show is banking on is that people are really into voice actors. And the problem is in Japan, there's a big separation between the voice actor and the character. Like, there are famous voice actors now, but at the time, I guess maybe it was ahead of its time that way. People love famous voice actors now. Mm-hmm. But I mean, back then, like, I remember being excited when they were posting, like, look at all these people, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm excited. And then I downloaded, I was really excited, and then I'm watching going, man, that's all they got. Chris said that they spent all of their budget on the cast.
Yeah.
Because they sure didn't spend it on
direction. So yeah, there's a mascot character, and he's a fucking nightmare.
He looks like if Charizard had sex with like a hairy
Guilmon.
Digimon. What's that line?
We were saying that it's a weird cross between Charmander and Guilmon, or maybe it's like in training form Digimon.
No,
And its mouth.
Oh, great.
And its mouth sometimes moves,
but not always.
but only in direct front-on close-ups.
And he
they're just carrying around a statue.
He has this thing in his like stomach, and for a second I thought it was like a capsule machine gotcha. But then when we get a better look at it, he's got like a CD rack inside him.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where I can imagine like they thought, okay, kids are gonna want this thing, but I can just picture kids if this showed air be like, no, we're good.
So the voice of Moo apparently has done Chiffon and Fresh Pretty-Cure.
Aww.
And then she voiced Tina in Go Princess Precure.
Tina?
You know, okay.
This character named Tina.
I don't remember
their mascot, back to the theme. Oh my god, you know what the secret theme of this is? Bad knockoffs. Because the theme looks like a Pokemon that you would get out of a crane machine that was on the ice.
Oh, it's Moo is the voice of Togepi.
Oh my god.
The voice of Togepi.
I can't roll R's, so...
Yeah.
This guy fell over the moment you heard that.
Yeah.
You want me to give him back to you?
Oh yeah. I'll
Just,
Yeah.
I tried looking up on Google to find a picture of him, but I couldn't find it. I had to actually watch the episode to show Emily Mew.
He's cute.
But you know, okay, the thing which I think is... Because remember how excited Gar was about this?
Was he?
Well, somebody was. We were talking about it
Gar thought it would be an interesting
Well,
thing
you know
to
what it
watch.
is? This is a thing that, like, was made, like, in the early 90s, was shelved, for obvious reasons, and was aired to no fanfare after the creator died, and then disappeared into a vault. And some subbing group
Coming out of the
it.
Disney vault.
Yeah, some subbing group found it and was like, well, shit, this is a curiosity. I would call it a Mott's curiosity.
A curio.
Yeah, a curio. And the thing is, like, but that wears off real quick. Like, we're talking episode 8 and you're like, I've seen enough. And I watched 12 goddamn episodes of this. But I mean, like, it's like, some of those things, like, it's interesting that this still exists. But the thing is, seeing it ruins the mystique. Like, if there were no, like, only clips of this surviving, and, like, no full episodes survived, it would have been an amazing thing. Like, check out this
God,
Sentai.
what must it have been like?
Yeah, but the fact that it's out, and well, the thing is, stuff like that, when you actually see it, you learn why it isn't out there. Why nobody knows what this thing is, because, not that it's bad, because if it were bad, it would have been better. Like The Room, for example, or movies like that, where you're like,
bad,
shit, like, this is so bad. Like, did you guys watch it as a group?
Well, Lane, me, and Sal watched
Were you
it.
making jokes, or were you just kind of like, eh?
Yeah, kind of.
We were poking fun at
Yeah,
it.
so I guess that's a little bit different for me. I watched it alone.
Yeah, I was saying that I feel like this series, from what we've seen, just barely hops over the line of so terrible that there's some enjoyment to be had.
Yeah.
That's why usually when we watch feature topics, we watch it together.
My hatred of it was the only entertainment of it. Like, I'm
love
enjoying
it.
tearing it apart.
Fair.
Because it deserves it.
That's
and the
fair.
thing is, like, I will remember my rants about Ryusoulger. Those are based on I'm still enjoying Ryusoulger. This one, I'm just like, the worst thing? I'm going to forget about this by next episode.
I've already forgotten.
6 months from now, we're like, it was like, remember in Voicelugger, and we're going to, oh yeah, remember Voicelugger? Oh! And then one of us who even was like, oh shit, what was that again? Like, it's just...
Wasn't that Jack?
Yeah, and it's like, it's just meh.
It's cool though that Ichiro Mizuki did the song.
Yeah.
The song was passable. Like, there was nothing wrong with it.
It was alright.
Well, Ichiro Mizuki's a really good.
If you played
singer.
3 different songs, I've watched 12 episodes. You played 3 different songs I haven't heard. I wouldn't be able to tell you which one was the song for this.
Well, it says Voicelugger in it.
Well, no, if you bleeped that
Yeah.
with a square. But like, it's just
It was so fucking, like, just to get back into the actual content of the episodes, it was so fucking weird that, like, the 2 females, they moved to Japan, having been in, like, North America or whatever, and, like, the Red Ranger, like, Haruka, she just moves to Japan on a fucking whim with, like, no plan, because she's that kind of, ooh, I'm wacky girl. And then her best friend, Akiko, the Pink Ranger, she moves to Japan with, like, a plan and like, apartment to move into, and then gets her apartment application immediately denied because she doesn't have the right paperwork. So when they are in the park or wherever, screaming their fucking heads off because they're being attacked by this Narutaki-ass stalking dude. Some random voice director happens to hear them scream and went, "You scream real good. You can come work for our voice acting studio, and since you don't have anywhere to live, you can fucking live in this karaoke booth."
I was kind of like, when I got to that point, I'm like, it was like that meme. I raised my finger and I'm like, checks out. Like, with everything going on here, that's what I have a complaint about.
And I'm just like, how are you living in this? Do you have a fridge? Like, we saw their laundry hanging, and I'm like, where the fuck are you doing laundry? And then we cut to that scene we talked about earlier where they're in the laundry room and the mooks are hiding in the background. But I'm like, alright, but like that doesn't answer all my questions.
Bathhouse?
Maybe.
Where you shitting? That's the question. That's a very powerful question.
Well, I mean,
anything.
There's probably
where are they shitting? If you can't think,
there's probably a washroom in the karaoke parlor.
The choreography was weird because sometimes you could tell they were fucking missing.
Oh my god!
See, like, the boom mic sometimes in shots, like the lens in wide lens shots, like the lens wasn't open all the way.
The actual suit fighting.
Did he fucking just like roll up to Tokyo U and be like, "I need film students, Keitaro, get in."
Sick Lavina joke.
Oh, hey.
But yeah, like all in these 3 episodes, every single fight was goddamn terrible.
And the thing is, like, I have watched a lot of original Kamen Rider. Well, actually, original Kamen Rider was a little better. I would say I've watched a few clips of Akaranger, or the first one. Is it Akaranger?
Go Ranger.
Go Ranger. And they very clearly, after that season was over, like, we need to hire somebody.
Yeah.
And the fights in that, which was 20 or like 15 years earlier, were better because they were trying.
Yeah.
And even though the fights weren't good, the people who knew how to film shit filmed them in a way that made them look at least dynamic. This thing, almost every it's almost like every time they tried to do a complicated fight move, it's like, put the camera on a tripod so we don't miss it. So that way, every kind of shot that would be cool, like any kind of flip or any kind of jump, is on a static half full shot.
And when they do their fucking Hisatsu, the sonic wave, and then they just shout like "Shama-ma-ma-ma!" and we get this really terrible shot of like them really rapidly zooming out and spinning around just for the sake of we need it to be a flashy special effect.
We can't afford them to draw on the film, so we're just going to twirl it. We spent all our money on the fake CG floor.
And always twirling, twirling, twirling towards freedom.
I voted for Kodos.
But yeah, like, there's not much to this thing. Like, I'm sorry, Tommy, I had to watch all 12 episodes of this.
Yeah, next time I'm going to be very clear. Actually, you know what? I want to fucking pick something now. You know what I would like to... You ever heard of Combat Unit Shinesman?
That sounds like something I've heard of.
It's an anime parody of Super Sentai.
Wow.
And it's amazing. Like, for
example... I'll tell you what anime I do want to talk about in the show eventually is fucking Samurai Flamenco. That shit was amazing.
Yeah, it's like a fully tokusatsu anime.
Well, this one, like, for example, was like, I am Shinesman Tan! Tan is a manly color! And there's this guy that has this unhealthy relationship with his car.
Don't put me in the flesh-colored Batman, man! Tan-tan?
Tan-tan.
Tan-man?
But
yeah,
I still think we gotta watch Raw 1.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get onto it on that.
Yeah.
Alright, so
that was Voicelugger. It's like
I call it,
you want to laugh at something.
Voice slumber. Because it put me to sleep.
So, since I forgot to mention at the start, don't forget to check our episode description for Skip the Dishes code. If you use it on your first order, you can get $7 off your purchase.
We skipped the dishes.
Yeah, we skipped it.
Oh, Blaze, who won the poll? Who won the thing? Who am I drawing? Or do we have to... didn't happen?
And while you sort that out... Jikai!
Radio Sentai Castranger!
Guess what subbed?
Yoshilaki!
Oh shit, I didn't know that existed.
It's the Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger versus Q Ranger, Zamugi.
Versus Voicelugger versus Power Rangers versus...
Spoilers, Voicelugger loses.
Versus Ultraman. Ultraman kills
We
them
will
all.
do Flamenco eventually,
versus
I promise.
Castranger.
Versus Castranger! But yeah, next week we are going to do the Lupin Pado Q-Ren movie, because how many fucking Sentai can we cram into one movie since the Gokaiger 199 Hero movie?
Wants to be on.
Man, would it be really self-serving if we did a week where we watched the Scarf and Hat movies?
The Scarf and Hat movies?
I made a trilogy
Scarf and
of
Hat?
short films.
And I made you a logo for number 4.
Yeah, which never got made.
Oh, Scarf and Hat, that's right.
Where I play a German action hero named Baron von Scarfenhat, and I fight to protect Germany from vague
I
threats.
hope this doesn't sound dumb, but that kind of thing is something I've always, for my entire life, wanted to be a part of.
What?
Like
Indie
a
Toku?
silly made-up movie.
We literally showed up with costumes and just fucking went with it.
We were supposed to do a Castranger thing where we ran in a field, and we still haven't done it.
Hey man, I don't. I film a bunch of stupid shit. Like, I think the most famous one that I'm known for is Savage Bandito versus Dr. Holocaust.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah, that video was good. And also, you know, one of the funny thing is
Wait a minute.
I
As in
basically
Dr. Terawat.
No, I know that.
I'm basically dressed as the luchador
I know
and I
that.
fight
In
him with
fact,
a
I always
lightsaber.
think of him as Dr. Holocaust and not Dr. Terawat.
Yeah.
What I'm confused by is, wait a minute, you're the Savage Bandito?
Yes. Surprise!
Oh, Emily's starstruck.
Oh god.
Yep.
She's Starbucks.
Alright.
You're watching the Savage
it.
Bandito show.
So
oh shit, he's here.
we have a tie
What?
apparently in the poll.
We have
You
a
just
tie.
blew Emily's mind, Tom.
What?
We have a tie
Oh
in the poll.
shit.
What?
Wow, no votes for X said womp.
Womp womp. Oh shit.
Emily can't believe it. Tom, you've broken her.
Tiebreaker. Which one do I want to do? I don't. All right.
Kiva would look awesome.
I vote for Kiva.
Yeah, you know what? You guys vote for Kiva? That's the
Yeah,
tiebreaker.
yeah, there you
Emily,
go.
who would you vote for?
Savage Bandito.
Well, I mean, the two of us voted for Kiva, so
All right, I'll do Kiva.
Emily's a little incapacitated.
Yeah.
Oh.
What the crap? How did I not realize that?
Like, there's a picture of me right there in an orange suit with a mask on.
I'm an idiot, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah, when Ghost first came out, we made Savage Bandito jokes.
Yeah, because it looks.
forever.
That's why. I kind of the guy was.
You just took a picture of you with your mask on. Look, I'm Ghost.
I am a dumbest jerk moron.
No, you're not.
Oh, it's funny. It's like the time I was in Future Shop and got $20 off a laptop, and somebody's like, "Are you the Savage Bandito?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're taking my employee discount."
Nice.
It's the worst laptop I've ever owned, but that
But it was cheap.
yeah.
Alright, so thank you all for listening. Make sure you check out our hub site for the source of our crazy hijinks, castranger.podbean.com.
Oh, yeah.
From there you can find our Facebook page, Twitter account, Patreon, Discord, merch site, and whatever the fuck else we do. So thank you all for listening, liking, favoriting, and thank you for 500 YouTube subs.
Wait. In October we're. Give me back my subs! Oh wait.
Don't talk about what that is.
Oh, I'm not gonna say it, but is that what we're doing for October?
Yes.
I'm gonna be gone for October.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I've actually never seen an episode of that show ever.
Well,
You're
Are we
in for it.
watching
You're
that?
in for a fucking treat.
I'm not gonna say what it is.
yeah, don't say what it is.
But are we gonna watch that whole fucking show?
No,
No.
just these episodes.
Is that the original one, or
No,
is
it's,
it
no, it's the second one.
no the one where the one where
Yeah.
they were using the Bakugans?
Thank you.
You know,
and good-
what's funny? Bakugan is on Netflix now.
Thank
So we
you,
could watch
and
it.
good night.
Good night.
They're not
Thanks
actual
for watching.
Bakugans.